17 hours. Picture that, it's more than 2 full workdays. Now imagine spending that entire time trapped in your car, not going anywhere, just circling. That's the staggering amount of time the average driver wastes every single year, endlessly hunting for a single, elusive parking spot. It's a universal feeling of frustration, a slow burn of anxiety as you watch the clock tick closer to your appointment time, stuck in a loop just blocks from your destination. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a structural failure in how our cities function. And this frustration has a price tag, a colossal one. We're talking about a $20 billion global problem. That's not just the cost of wasted fuel and time, it's a measure of lost economic activity, of heightened stress, and of needless pollution pumped into our air. For decades, we've sent rockets to Mars and built supercomputers in our pockets. Yet this fundamental urban challenge has remained stubbornly unsolved. Even with the dawn of the AI revolution, no one has managed to crack this code. Until now. Today, I'm not just going to talk about the problem, I'm going to show you the exact, step-by-step business model that could capture this massive market gap. This is the blueprint for turning a universal frustration into a highly profitable, AI-powered venture. Stay with me, because we're about to build the solution. To truly grasp the scale of this opportunity, we need to dissect the market gap. That $20 billion figure is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's break it down. First, there are the direct costs to the consumer. The INRIX Global Traffic Scorecard estimates that drivers pay for this wasted time in tangible ways. The cost of fuel burned while circling, the increased wear and tear on their vehicles, and the direct cost of overpriced parking they settle for in desperation. This is money coming directly out of people's pockets every single day. Then there are the indirect and arguably larger economic costs. Think about the impact on local businesses. A study by the British Parking Association found that a significant percentage of drivers have abandoned a trip to a town center or shopping district simply because they couldn't find parking. This creates parking deserts where retail struggles, restaurants see fewer customers, and local economies wither. The ripple effect is enormous, impacting commercial real estate values and municipal tax revenue. And we can't ignore the environmental cost. It's estimated that up to 30% of traffic in congested downtown areas is caused by drivers searching for parking. That's millions of cars idling, crawling and circling, needlessly emitting tons of carbon dioxide and other pollutants. Solving the parking problem isn't just a convenience issue, it's a green initiative with a direct impact on urban air quality. So why hasn't this been solved? Current solutions are fundamentally flawed because they are reactive, not predictive. Apps like Google Maps or Waze are brilliant at navigation, getting you from point A to point B, but their job ends the moment you arrive. They don't solve the last 500 meters problem. Dedicated parking apps are a step in the right direction, but they typically rely on static, limited data from commercial garages. They can tell you if a garage has spots, but they have zero visibility into the largest and most desirable inventory, on-street parking. They show a snapshot of the past, not a forecast of the future. This is the critical failure, and it's where our AI solution begins. Our solution is built on a foundation of predictive intelligence. It's an AI engine that doesn't just find empty spots, it forecasts where spots will become available, timed perfectly to your arrival. It's the difference between looking at a weather report from yesterday and having a real-time predictive weather satellite. So how does it work? It starts with data, massive, diverse, and multi-layered. First, we ingest real-time, anonymized GPS data from our own user network. This tells us traffic flow, average speed on specific streets, and crucially, where cars are parking and for how long. Second, we partner with municipalities to integrate their data streams. This includes information from smart parking meters, IoT sensors embedded in parking spaces, and public garage capacity feeds. This gives us a ground truth, a real-time pulse of the city's parking infrastructure. Third, we use advanced satellite and aerial imagery analysis. Our machine learning models are trained to identify parking patterns, vehicle density, and even the typical turnover rate of spots on a block-by-block basis, something that's impossible to track from the ground alone. Finally, we layer in contextual data. Is there a major concert tonight? A street festival closing 3 blocks? Is it a national holiday? Is rain in the forecast which might change driver behavior? Our AI understands these variables and incorporates them into its predictions. All of this data flows into our core predictive model. This isn't a simple algorithm, it's a sophisticated spatio-temporal neural network. Spatio, because it understands the geography of the city, down to the individual parking spot. Temporal, because it understands time. It learns the rhythm of the city, predicting how parking availability will change in the next 5, 10, or 15 minutes. The result for the user is pure magic. You input your destination and the app doesn't just give you a route to the address, it gives you a dynamic route to your predicted parking spot. The interface is clean and simple. It might say, proceed for 2 blocks. A spot on your right has an 88% probability of being available upon your arrival in 3 minutes. It transforms the stressful gamble of finding parking into a calm, predictable, and guided experience. The system also learns your personal preferences. If you're willing to walk a bit further for a guaranteed free spot, it will prioritize those options. If you're running late and need the absolute closest spot, even if it's a paid garage, it will find and reserve it for you, handling payment seamlessly in the background. This is the power of a truly intelligent system. It doesn't just provide data, it provides personalized, actionable solutions. This level of prediction and personalization is what turns a useful app into an indispensable part of daily urban life. So, you might be thinking, parking apps already exist. And you're right. But here's what everyone misses. The existing solutions are fundamentally broken. They're a band-aid on a bullet wound. We've become so accustomed to their mediocrity that we've forgotten to demand something better. These apps that clutter our phones are not the answer. They are merely a symptom of a much deeper problem. Let's break down this broken system. First, the current landscape is a patchwork of regional players. You have one app for downtown Chicago, another for San Francisco. Travel to London or Berlin, you're back to square one, downloading yet another app, creating another account. It's a fragmented, frustrating experience that completely ignores the reality of modern mobility. Second, the technology itself is archaic. Most of these apps are nothing more than digital directories, glorified lists of commercial parking garages with outdated user interfaces. They offer a static, one-dimensional view. They can tell you a garage exists, but they can't tell you if there's a line of 20 cars waiting, or if the available spot is a compact space your SUV won't fit into. They are digital versions of a sign on the side of the road, and third, their most significant limitation is their narrow scope. These apps are almost exclusively focused on one thing: expensive commercial garages. They've built their business model around partnering with large operators and taking a cut of premium fees. This completely ignores the vast untapped inventory of on-street parking, private lots, and residential driveways. The current solutions cater to a tiny fraction of the market, leaving everyday drivers to fend for themselves. They haven't solved the parking problem, they've just created a slightly more convenient way to overpay for it. This is where the real opportunity lies. What's missing isn't just an app, it's a complete paradigm shift. What's missing is a global, predictive, AI-first solution. Global means a single, seamless, universal platform. One app, one account that works flawlessly whether you're in your hometown or on the other side of the world. The Google Maps for parking. A unified experience that makes parking a solved problem everywhere. Then there's predictive. This is the quantum leap. Current apps are reactive, they show you what's supposedly available. An AI-first system is proactive, it tells you where a spot will be available. Our AI engine analyzes billions of data points in real time. Historical patterns, traffic, local events, and weather. It doesn't just find empty spots, it predicts the rhythm of the city, transforming the user from a hunter into a pilot on a guided mission. AI first is the foundation. This isn't about sprinkling machine learning on top of an old database, it's about building the entire system around a dynamic, learning intelligence. The AI optimizes parking for individual users and for the city as a whole. It learns preferences and manages dynamic pricing to balance supply and demand. With every car that parks, the system gets smarter, the predictions get sharper, and the network becomes more powerful. When you step back, what you see is a textbook market gap. On one side you have colossal universal demand. Drivers in major cities spend on average over 100 hours a year just searching for a spot. This wasted time and fuel costs the global economy hundreds of billions annually. The demand for a solution isn't just huge, it's desperate. On the other side you have the existing solutions which are woefully inadequate. They are fragmented, outdated, and serve only a tiny niche. Their failure to innovate has left the door wide open for a true disruptor. And the final crucial element? The complete absence of modern technology. There is zero meaningful AI integration in the current market. This isn't a feature they can simply add. It requires a fundamental re-architecture, creating a deep, sustainable, competitive moat. This is a textbook market gap. Huge demand, terrible solutions, zero AI integration. Picture an app that predicts which parking spots will be free when you arrive. Imagine heading downtown, not with dread, but with confidence. You've input your destination and arrival time. On your screen, a dynamic map highlights several glowing green spots, each a high-probability vacancy waiting for you. This isn't a static map of what's open now, it's a predictive glimpse into the future, tailored to your journey. This is the power of applied AI, transforming a frustrating experience into a seamless, predictable part of your day. The app gives you back lost time, reduces your carbon footprint, and replaces the anxiety of the hunt with a sense of calm and control. It's about knowing exactly where you'll park before you even start your engine. So, how does it work? The magic is a sophisticated AI engine that acts as the central nervous system, constantly analyzing a massive stream of data. First, traffic patterns. The AI integrates real-time data from mapping APIs like Google Maps or Waze, but it goes deeper, cross-referencing this with historical data to learn the city's unique rhythm. It knows a Tuesday morning is different from a Friday evening. It understands the ripple effects of a downtown concert or a sporting event, adjusting its predictions accordingly. It even factors in weather, knowing a sudden downpour alters driver behavior. This multi-layered understanding of traffic is the first critical ingredient. Next, the AI layers on location and behavioral data. It uses anonymized, aggregated GPS data from a network of users, creating a real-time picture of vehicle movement. This helps infer when a user is actively searching for parking. But the most crucial data set is parking behavior itself, the ground truth. The AI synthesizes this from several channels. In smart cities or partnered garages, it pulls data directly from IoT sensors in the pavement. It also incorporates data from parking meter payment systems. When a meter expires, the AI flags that spot as a high-probability opening. Finally, the system learns from its own users. When a driver parks in a recommended spot, that's a positive feedback loop. When they mark a spot as taken, the model recalibrates. This constant feedback makes the AI smarter with every interaction. With all this data, the AI gets to work. At its core is a powerful predictive model, likely a combination of time series analysis and a neural network. This model isn't just looking at data points, it's identifying complex correlations. It might learn that on rainy mornings, certain spots free up faster than average. For every potential parking spot, the AI calculates a dynamic probability score. It doesn't just say a spot is free, it tells you, based on your ETA of 14 minutes, there is a 96% probability that this spot will be available when you arrive. This probabilistic approach gives the user a clear understanding of their chances, allowing them to make an informed decision between a sure thing, further away, and a good chance right next to their destination. Now you might think building this requires elite engineers and millions in funding. A decade ago, you'd be right. But here's the truly disruptive part. The best part? You can build this with no-code platforms and existing APIs. This is a paradigm shift. Platforms like Bubble or Adalo empower you to build the entire user-facing application, the interface, logins, and database, with intuitive drag-and-drop visual editors. You can create a beautiful, functional app without writing thousands of lines of code. This dramatically lowers the barrier to entry, reduces development time from months to weeks, and slashes initial startup costs, making a venture like this more accessible than ever before. The no-code platform is the chassis, but the engine is powered by APIs, application programming interfaces. Think of them as pre-built services you rent instead of building from scratch. You don't need to build your own global mapping system. You plug into the Google Maps or Mapbox API. You don't need to build a secure payment system. You integrate the Stripe API. Most importantly, you don't need to build your own machine learning infrastructure. You can leverage powerful AI platforms from Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, or Microsoft Azure. You feed your data into these platforms, use their tools to train your predictive model, and then your no-code app calls that model via an API. The app asks, "What's the probability for these spots?" And the AI, running in the cloud, sends back the answer in milliseconds. It's like assembling a supercar from the best pre-made parts, allowing you to focus on the unique logic of your solution. The monetization is solid. Freemium model with $8/month premium subscriptions, local business advertising, and city government data partnerships. multiple revenue streams in a $20 billion market. Spot Hero and Parkopedia exist but lack AI prediction. Your edge is being first with global predictive parking. Imagine landing anywhere worldwide and knowing exactly where to park. Start with one major city, perfect the AI, then scale through partnerships. Data accuracy challenges get solved with crowdsourced updates and predictive models. This is exactly what we look for at Market Gap. Massive frustration, broken solutions, AI as the differentiator. The parking problem wastes billions annually. That's your opportunity. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice.